everyone! So if you can't tell by the costume, sparkles galore, today I'm going to be starting my Halloween tutorials! Woo! Lit the glitter pumpkin. Great you. Changes colors on the inside, so he's just gonna go right there so that he can bring the... Now, today we're going to be doing it more of like a creepy doll inspired look. I'm doing mine more based on like a 1920s flapper creepy doll. But the thing is, I want all of these tutorials that I'm showing you guys to just be very versatile, except for the last one I'm doing. The last one is going to be pretty specific, but the first two I want to be just very versatile, that you could wear this makeup look in many different ways. I'm doing mine more as like a creepy flapper doll, but you could definitely do it more as just like a zombie. Not a zombie, but like a back from the dead kind of. So you could definitely wear different types of era dresses with this. Like you could do I'd say anything before the 50s, you could definitely pull off in this look. So you could do a 40s girl, something from like the early 1900s. You could even do like a very, very vintage, like huge Kremlin dress from like the 1800s. So my little add-ons, like some of the makeup you're going to want to switch out based on the era that you're doing. I just want to make that very clear. If you're doing, you know, the 1920s like I am, you know, things I added was like big false lashes and, you know, red lips, like dark burgundy style lips. But you could, like if you're doing 1950s, you could do like a bright red lip and like your matte skin. If you're doing like 1800s, then obviously you're going to want to do as minimal makeup as possible. For a creepy doll, I'm doing a very, very matte skin, you know, that kind of thing. So those types of things you could definitely follow. Okay, let's get started. So this video is going to be more talk-through style. I'm not going to be doing a voiceover for it. I know a lot of people like the voiceover videos. I just don't, personally. I like doing more talk through with you guys because I find that it gets me more in the moment, especially with Halloween. I want to do like talk through because I can just be here right now telling you guys about makeup, and I know this video might be like 30 minutes long, so I'm going to try and narrow it down as much as possible. So the first thing you're going to want is to get some white makeup base. This is just going to really like give you that porcelain doll look. So I'm just going to be using a little bit of this. If your skin is already like really, really white, you can just use that. Then you don't really have to do that. If you choose to, you can put a primer underneath this. If so, I would recommend like a really mattifying primer, like something like the Benefit Professional. But I'm going to use this as more like my primer because I don't really think that I need that many layers of face stuff on. And we're just going to pop that wherever, and you're going to want it to really thin out. Like you're not going to want it to be opaque like you're trying to do vampire makeup. You're going to want it to be more thinned out, just to give your skin a little bit more of a white consistency rather than like tan, because I know everyone in America loves to be tan, so we're going to try and white out that skin. You can apply as many layers as you believe you'd need. For me, I'm just going to apply like 1.5 layers, I call it, because I'm not going to completely do my whole skin 2 times, but then just the more red areas or the more tan areas, I'm going to reapply it too. Just to kind of white out. You're going to just want to white out every type of natural human coloring. That's basically just what you want to do. You want to white out those under eye bags. You want to white out the, you know, any redness anywhere. You want that gone, because dolls obviously don't have imperfections or human redness or human anything. So, you know, you just really want to white that out. We will go in with some concealer, but whiting it out just to start off with really like just gives you a nice base for that. Just make sure you're really rubbing it in, because you know you're not trying to get like that vampire look. You're trying to just have like a very light porcelain. Anyway, so now that your skin is completely whited out and I look like a freaking ghost, you can do this all over your body. I'm personally not, because I find that well, 1, my skin's already really, really light, and 2, I find that that would just take too much time and I don't feel like doing that. So I don't find it's a big deal. If you do have like more tan skin and you really want to go for like the whole doll look, you can use it on any areas that are showing, but for me that's my arms, my legs, my chest, everything, so no, I'm not doing that. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is just taking your regular foundation. I'm trying to get one in the lightest shade possible. This isn't the lightest shade, this is my normal shade, but try and not get anything too light, because if you do, then it's not really going to work for the tutorial. Now I'm just going to be using my Real Techniques buffer brush for this. Now, you can use your fingers as well. I find that sometimes this brush, or foundation brushes in general, can really move around the white base. So if you're really trying to go, like, really light skin, you know, you can do this more of just like an accent. And this is just a matte finish foundation. You definitely want to go for the matte finish. And I'm not going to tell you guys the brands of this stuff. If you want to know, I can easily put it down in the down bar. But I don't really want to be specific. Like for some of the products, yes, I will show you the brand, but I don't really want to get people down to like a very, I don't want to like say, oh, this is the exact product I used, because, one second. Because I want this to be more natural. I want it to be more use what you have instead of going out and buying a whole list of products. Like, yes, if you don't have a matte finish foundation, maybe that's something you should consider going and buying. But, like, if you don't have the exact product that I use, I don't want to encourage going out and buying that exact product, especially if you're just using it for one night, because that would be kind of silly. So anyway, now that our face is kind of more perfected, even more perfected, really, now you're going to want to go in with some concealer. Now, this you're going to want to be one shade lighter than your skin. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. You're gonna want to go for that one shade lighter, if anything. You're also gonna want some under eye corrector. This is the Maybelline Age Rewind one that I'm obsessed with, because you do want everything to just be corrected and perfect. You don't want any imperfections showing, not for a doll look. You don't want it showing because dolls don't have imperfections. Unless you want to do like a crack down the side of your face, but acne is not something like that, or under eye circles, not like that. So you're going to want to cover those up as much as possible. And I'm not trying to make that sound mean. I'm just saying that everyone has acne or under eye bags or something wrong with their skin. No one's skin is absolutely perfect, and that is what you're going to want to cover up the most in color. So this is just one shade lighter than I would normally use, as you can tell by the big array of light underneath my eyes right now. Okay, and now you're going to want to put a little bit, you know, my secret trick, sides of the lips, really highlights them, brings them out of your face. So just fill in, like, I know that I have some acne scars and I don't have as much acne as I used to, so this might be a much longer process if you do have a lot of acne, and trust me girl, I was there for 6 years, I am there with you now, don't worry about it. You will get over it, and it will solve itself out. It will work itself out, I promise. Now for powder, you're going to want a matte powder. You can either do this in your color, like your one shade lighter than your normal color, or you can do it in transparent, which is what I would actually recommend. And to be honest, I would actually recommend this powder. Like out of all, you know how I just said that I wouldn't, I'd try not to mention brands whenever I could. I'd promise that I wouldn't mention brands whenever I could, or products. But this is the Stay Matte powder in 001 transparent, and this gives you, like, it just comes off white, and it goes on your skin and it just conceals. But the thing is, if you over apply this, which normally you'll be told if you, on a day-to-day basis, if you over apply it, your skin can actually get like more of a white cast and you can look kind of ghostly. That's what we're going for, so we're going to use transparent. I would recommend transparent just for that effect, that you can really get like a really ghostly, whitish doll look with it. But you can always use whatever. It's not really a big deal. Just try and get it lighter than your skin or white. So right now I'm just taking a large, more dense brush and covering up my concealed portions, just because you guys know all this already if you watch any of my other tutorials. I like spot setting because I find that it just gives me the best finish face-wise. Anyway, now we're going to go in with a huge, like, fluffy brush, and we're just going to swirl this, and we're just going to get as much on our brush as we possibly can, and we're going to go over our faces like 2 or 3 times until our face looks a little more ghostly and dull. Like, you want this to be cakey, you want it to be powdery, you know, you don't want this to look where if you have an old powder that you hate because it makes you look cakey, that's what you're gonna want to use right now, because you're gonna want it to look just overly powdered and crazy. Now that my face is sufficiently powdered, now we're gonna want to go in with the eyebrows, which you can just do your eyebrows how you would normally do your eyebrows. If you guys want to see my eyebrow routine, I've definitely done it in a lot of tutorials. I'll link my latest tutorial down below if you want to see exactly what I do with my eyebrows, because I do the same thing every single day and you're not going to want to change it up a lot. You might want to go for more vintage look if you go for more of a bold now look, but other than that, you can just do your eyebrows how you would normally do. Okay, so now that our eyebrows are done, I did mine a little bit more bushy than I would normally do, just because back in the 20s, they didn't really have a lot of like tweezing and plucking and waxing technologies, so a lot of people did have a lot more bold eyebrows, so that's what I did, but I just did it a little bit more bold than I normally do. It wasn't really substantial. Anyway, let's get into the fun. So to start off with eyes, I'm using the NYX eyeshadow base in the color white. I just find that this is a great eyeshadow base if you're doing more of like costume makeup. I find that the Urban Decay or the Too Faced are great for every day, but if you're doing more costume, this is a great eyeshadow base, and it's like $8 or $9. And that's Canadian, by the way, so it's probably cheaper if you live in the States, because that's guaranteed with almost every makeup product I mention. It is 100% cheaper in the States. So there we go, that's one eye. And the great thing with this is that you could technically use just Milk eyeshadow, jumbo eyeshadow pencil. We're gonna move on and we're gonna keep it matte. Like, we're not gonna wanna go into anything too crazy. We're gonna wanna keep everything matte. So I'm gonna go in with a neutral shadow. So this one here, yes. This one here is just a matte neutral. It's very similar to Naked from the Naked palette. It's called Kid from MAC, just if anyone's wondering, because a lot of people like to wonder about my MAC stuff. And I'm just taking an eyeshadow brush, like a regular eyeshadow brush, and just patting that all over. So we're just going to go in with a fluffy crease brush, and we're going to go in with a darker brown. So I'm just going to use this one here. It's like a medium brown. This one is Soft Brown from MAC. You could definitely use anything you have though. Just a medium matte brown, you know, would work perfectly fine for this. Just to give you some definition into that crease without being too crazy. I take a matte neutral shadow. This is Brule from MAC. There are many good dupes out there. You can get I would definitely go with something similar to this, but you can use Brule from MAC, or you can use Brule from Wet n Wild, which you can get in single form for $1.99 from any drugstore, and that is pretty much an exact dupe for this color. So I would definitely recommend going with one of the Brules. I'm going in with a white pencil and just going in to my inner corners with that, because it still goes in with the matte look, but it's not as crazy. So I'm just going to blend that out with a large pencil brush. You could blend this out with your finger easily. I just like the finish that the large pencil brush gives because it makes it look a little bit more, I don't know, natural, unnaturally natural, I don't know. But it just, I think it makes it look better to be blended out with the pencil brush, but you could 100% blend this out with your finger. I blend it out with my finger all the time. Next we're going to want to go in with some liner. So I'm going to be using some black liner. I'm going to be using just a gel formula. This is the Benefit They're Real, but you could definitely use whatever eyeliner. It's really not a big deal. Any black liquid or gel eyeliner will work for this look, and you're just going to want to line the upper lash line. You don't want to go for pencil because that gets a little too smudgy and a little too 90s looking, but you could definitely use any type of liquid or gel. Now if you were doing 50s, you could definitely wing it out here, but I'm going to keep it with this because it was 20s. Now we're going to go into the fun stuff. So I just got these lashes from Ardell. They're the Runway lashes, and they're in fun, and they have little rhinestones on them, which I think, to me, just symbolizes the 20s. Just like tons of fun stuff. And so these are just in Runway Pista and in the fun. So if you were wondering, you could definitely use these same ones. But I just really love Ardell, favorite lash brand. And I'm just going to be applying these. I suck at applying lashes, so I'm actually going to go off camera for this if you guys don't mind, because I am just horrible at applying lashes. So I've got my lashes on. I know these are really crazy. I know these aren't the most practical things ever, but you know what? It's Halloween. I'm going for 20s. This is crazy pretty, like with the rhinestones. It's just very 20s to me. So I'm going to be wearing these, no doubt. Like, this is just how this is going. So now let's finish off with the lips. So if you didn't previously apply some lip balm, apply some. If you did and you just feel like you need more, apply some more. Now the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be going in with a lip liner of some sort. I'm going to be doing an opposite lip line. I'm going to be using this dark pink one, which really doesn't match my lipstick color, but I'm not that worried. Seeing as the lipstick's just going to go right over this, it doesn't really matter. Look, so you're definitely going to want, you know, to have a lip liner on, because it's just going to make it look even more perfect. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do is apply a dark burgundy lip. This was very popular in the 1920s. What is going on with my nose? This was very popular in the 1920s, this color, like a dark burgundy. So this is what I'm going to be applying. So this is Rimmel London's lipstick in 107, just so you know. And then over that, I'm going to be applying a dark burgundy gloss, just to give me more of a glossy look. Once again, it was the 20s, so they went all out. Now this gloss I love because it's not sticky at all. So, and this is the CaylinArt Touch in the color Love Affair. So that is the basis of the makeup look. You could definitely just go out like this. If you were just doing a 1920s look, you could definitely go out just like this. But seeing as we're going to be doing a creepy doll portion, we're definitely going to change this up and add some. Now that we've finished our regular makeup, let's move on to the creepy doll portion. Now, personally, I tried buying some fake blood, but it completely crapped out on me. Like, do not buy gel to liquid blood. If you're going to buy fake blood, just buy liquid blood. And it didn't work. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be teaching you guys how to create more of a blood look using lipsticks and eyeliners and lip liners. So this is going to be quite the fun experience. I have done this a couple times before, but not like a whole lot. So let's see how this works. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a black eyeliner. This one's from MAC. And you're just going to want to line your inner waterline with this black. You're going to want to continue it a little out onto the lash line as well. Kind of just outline the bottom of your eyes in like... And I think this is actually a nice way to do it too, because not everyone has time to go out and buy like liquid blood and that kind of things from Halloween stores. Ooh, and my eyes are watering. So I'm just going to like really black out underneath here. So you can use the exact lipstick we used for this look, because this is a lot of like a blood red look. Or you can use a true red lipstick. I like using true red and then layering like a blood colored thing on top. So I'm going to be using Hot from Covergirl, Hot Passion. You're going to want to take a small eyeliner brush. Let's see if I have one. This one here is from Real Techniques. This one here is from Real Techniques. It's just a tiny lip, well, it's not a lip brush, but I'm going to use it as so, and you're just going to want to layer the lipstick on here, because obviously you don't want to be putting your lipstick on your eyes because then you won't be able to use this lipstick ever again. So you're going to want to just load up the brush with that lipstick, and you're going to want to just mix this in with the black underneath your eyes. Just try and layer that on there as well as you can. Just layer up this lipstick, girl. Just do it. Well, I know you guys can see my compact in like every single shot. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to see myself doing this. Once again, just mix it in with the black. You know, really just give yourself more of an interesting bleeding eyes type of look. You can go all the way into the inner corner. It's up to you. And then you can kind of just work this down underneath the eye as well, because it's just going to look creepier that way. And you can really just mix, you can just mix some red and black eyeliner and just kind of do it that way. You can use red eyeliner as well if you wanted. I like red lipstick because it's creamier, so you can work better with it. I don't like doing this as much as using fake blood. Just personally, I prefer using fake blood. I find that it's just a little bit more, I don't know, real looking, but this will work as well. Once you get something like this going on, where you just look absolutely crazy, you're going to want to go in with some gloss. Now, this is what's going to really finish the look, because it's going to give the blood more of like a blood look. This is, once again, the same one I'm wearing on my lips right now. You're not going to want to worry about this too much. Once again, if you're really worried about applicators and stuff, use a Q-tip. That would be my suggestion. See, I'm going to be using Q-tips as well, so don't even get worried about it, because you can obviously just use the Q-tip. With this gloss though, it has like a barrier, so that might be a little difficult with the Q-tip, but you can obviously use the applicator if you don't feel too weird about that. And just apply this right over top of your lip combination. This is just going to give it more of a dewy consistency rather than just like, oh, I put random crap on my face. You can also like do some drips. Hey everyone, so through that same technique I did my eyes, a little bit from my lips, and then one on my neck as well, just to kind of add to the look. I know I look freaking so creepy right now. Bear with me. This is Halloween after all, and I feel like this isn't the most real blood look. Obviously if you want to do more of like real blood, use fake blood. I can't get over that. Like, use fake blood. But mine just didn't work. So if you are in a pickle, this does work, and it does look quite good. It doesn't look like theatrical or anything, but it does look quite good. Sorry, I'm just opening my little hairpiece because I want to show you guys that for my hair, I'm literally doing nothing. Like, I feel like in the 20s, like, they didn't have a lot of hair stuff. They just did pin curls. So I'm just gonna put on my little hair. Woo! And my hair is going crazy. I'm just gonna put on my little hair feather, and then that's it. I feel like this is creepy enough. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you guys, woo. Okay, so this is like the total look. Also, I want to show you guys my dress, just so that you guys can see it. So it's just like a little flapper girl dress. I got this one from Spirit Halloween, so I thought it was quite cute. You could definitely wear fishnets. Oh, best thing. So guys, seriously, the whole best part of this whole costume is this like a little fake cigarette holder, which has my lipstick on it. And I bought fake cigarettes for it, so I can be all cool. Anyway, I bought this costume from Spirit Halloween. I think it's called something like Ain't Misbehaving or something like that. And I would recommend going a size up, because it was kind of weird, but this is the full look. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, because I know Mr. Pumpkin did. Yeah.